All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, who rule well, and also honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so today I wanted to talk about something I had written in my notes here. I just wrote the word discipline, and I wrote down a couple of scriptures here, and I can't remember exactly. Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me. I don't yawn until I press record on this damn thing. But I can't remember why I wrote it in my notes. But what I did do though is I thought through it, and I said, how can what can I say to this topic, and I started thinking about a couple different things. So discipline is an important tool in your life, and I've done shows on this before, and I've even, when I was looking at the scriptures I wrote down, I remember the show that I did in the last few months or so about those same scriptures. But I'll say this: no matter what you do in life, right? It's gonna take a level of discipline to do it, right? And what does that mean, right? What is discipline, right? And how do you exercise it, right? And why do you need discipline, right? So we've been given a heavy responsibility, right? Let me turn this heat on. Cool. We've been given a heavy responsibility with this truth, right? We have been made stewards of the truth until the Lord Yahweh Shai comes back, right? And in this stewardship, we're learning how to rule the nation, essentially, right? The Lord Yahweh Shai is going to be the ruler of all the world, and in turn we'll be joint heirs with him. And with that being said, we're learning how to rule in that stewardship that we're in, right? And to be able to do it efficiently, you have to discipline yourself, right? Because there are going to be all types of things that pull you in other directions, right? You're gonna, I don't know, you might have a good job, right, that's paying you well, that you want to make sure you focus on. You might have a family, your wife and your children. You might have a vice of yours that you like. I don't know if it's, you might like bowling, I don't know, basketball, whatever it is. There's going to be plenty of that to pull you away from the truth. And you have to, constantly at a constant, make sure that you're reeling yourself back in to focus on the truth. Matter of fact, let's go to this scripture here. I'm over here shivering. I am freezing. So forgive me if my voice is a little jittery. This is Matthew 6:22. It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Right. So if your eye being single, speaking to a level of focus, right? And if you think of that, right, in terms of what you could look at, let's say you want to look at I don't know, a painting, right? You want to look at a painting. You're in an art gallery and you want to look at a painting, and you're studying that painting with your eyes, right? And then you see, I don't know, a fight breaks out in the gallery. You know, you're the key is to reel your you're gonna be inclined to look at that fight, right? You're gonna want to see what's going on. You're gonna want to see the skirmish, but the idea is to reel your focus back in on the painting that you're looking at, right? Man, that's a poor analogy, but it makes the point that there's going to be things that take you in all kinds of different directions, right? There's going to be all types of things, right, that pull you from every which way. And the key is to make sure that you continue to reel yourself back in, reel yourself back in, right? Because this job that we're doing, regardless of what anyone thinks, is the most important thing. Regardless of what anyone thinks in your life, this job is the most important thing, right? And doing it well is the most important thing. So you have to, give away those fleshly desires to focus on this job, which is, again, discipline. That's what discipline is. Giving away the things that you want to do with yourself, right? You might want to, I don't know, you might want to, I don't know, you might want to get this big promotion at your job, right? Which is nothing wrong with, right? If you want to get a promotion at your job, but you have to ask yourself the question: is it not because it's obviously not conducive to the truth. I mean, you might be able to use your money to, help out other brothers in the camps or what have you, but it's not necessarily conducive to the truth. It's not, your job is not going to forward the truth, right? But you have to ask yourself that, what you have to ask yourself, is if this promotion and your level of focus that it's going to take for you to get this promotion going to take you away from the truth. And you have to make those decisions. You have to weigh it in the balance and make those decisions. And what it takes to do that is to discipline yourself, man. So I first want to go to this scripture here. I think I have this on the list, but I'm thinking of it now. And like I said, I think I did a one of those on the go shows on this topic. So it's good that I guess I'm revisiting it to get some scriptures out, because typically you can't really pull no scriptures when you're driving. Well, this is Romans 8:13. It says, "For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live." Right? So what does that mean? When these fleshly desires pull you in all these different directions, what do? You hunker down and you pull yourself back in, man. You hunker down and you pull yourself back in to focus on what it is you're doing, which is what? Focusing on the stewardship of this occupation that we have, man. That's what we're doing. We're focusing on this stewardship and the pushing of the word and the pushing of the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's what we're doing, And in order to do that, you gotta kill the deeds of the body. In other words, even no matter how strong the flesh is, you gotta, or I should say, how strong the desire is in the flesh, you gotta say no to it, and you gotta say no to those things over and over and over again. And I was just the reason why it's good that I'm doing this, because it's kind of in the spirit, because I was just watching a video on this thing called the 3-2-1 method. And basically what it is it's a method to break you out of procrastination. So you have some task, right? Let's say doing a sit down show, right, is the task. And you might be in the middle of something that you don't necessarily want to stop because you're enjoying yourself, right? But then you say, well, I know I got to do a show today. I want to do a show today. So there's your task. I want to do the show, right? So then the second thing is, to count down 3, 2, 1, stop whatever it is you're doing, and then go and complete your task. Go get it done. Go get it finished. And what he said in the video, which was heavy, was that you don't just do this one time or 2 times. You do it in every situation, every small or seemingly small situation. You practice this method, and what happens is the resistance gets less and less. That procrastination becomes less and less, and you start to do more, right? The scriptures say this. Let me see. I don't know exactly where it is, but I think that's how it's worded. Yeah, this is Matthew 24:46. It says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." Right? So when you use this method, right? When you can have this method of doing things, right? The resistance that comes with procrastination decreases, and it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. Next thing you know, you spitting out videos left and right, or you reading every day, or you making lessons every day, you talking to the brothers every day, whatever it is, for the furtherance of the truth. It gets easier and easier and easier when you use this method. And the reason why I thought it was heavy, because, matter of fact, let me see. I think I got one open here. Yeah. I think it's, let me see. I think it's Sirach. Oh, 19 and 1. Oops. Did I go to it? Nope, I didn't. Let's try that again. Sometimes it gets so, I knew it. Sirach. Come on. That's Sirach 19 and 1, right? Am I doing this right? Let's do this. Bear with me for a second here. I think I'm messing up here. There we go. 19 and 1. This is Sirach 19 and 1. Right? It says, "A laboring man." Why is that written like that? Bear with me for a second. I got my book right here. I don't know why it's written like that. Bear with me for just a second. This is Sirach 19. So it says A is given, but it should say that. So it says, "A laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that contemneth small things shall fall little by little." So when you look up the word contemn, right, it means to contest, right, to be against. And it says, "He that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little," right? So what is that saying, right? You have to, even if it seems like it's a small thing, like taking out the trash, right? That seems like, oh, that's not a big deal. I can do that at any time. But you have to keep in mind that little thing is a missed opportunity to exercise your discipline, right? If it's, you got a sink full of dishes, right? And you say, "Oh, fuck, I'm tired now. I'll do it in the morning. I'll wake up early and do it in the morning." That was a missed opportunity, right? To exercise that discipline. So that's what it's saying. When you contemn the small things, that's what you're doing. You're putting off these little things that seem small, that seem minuscule, right? But they're missed opportunities to exercise discipline, right? So I wanted to skip down to the 5th verse. It says, "Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life." You see? When you resist those pleasures, when you resist the things that you want to do And your flesh, when you do that, what do? You crown your life, because you're exercising discipline. And it no matter what you use to exercise that discipline, that muscle that you're exercising can be used in every facet, man. And in every facet of life, you can use that discipline muscle, right? To reel yourself back in to do the things that you should be focused on, right? So as is verse 6, it says, he that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hateth babbling shall have less evil, right? So that's another thing, ruling your tongue, right? Matter of fact, I think in 2, it says this: wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent, right? It says, moss and worm shall have him to heritage, and a bold man shall be taken away, right? So what these are two of the things that are a big fleshly thing for men. Getting drunk, right? Drinking your liquor, getting with a woman. These are the two things that are your things that are hardest to fight, man, because they're fleshly things that you enjoy to do, right? It says, he that is hasty to give credit is light-minded, and he that sinneth shall offend against his own soul. That's another thing you got to be disciplined to do, right? Thinking through before you give credit to somebody, right? Thinking through it, waiting, right? It takes discipline, because when you see a man, he does something good, you want to go, oh shit, this man, he's in the spirit, right? But it takes discipline to wait it out and see what type of man, this person is, So going back, verse 7, it says, rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worse, right? That's another thing that takes discipline. Because you can't stop somebody from telling you a secret of someone's, right? But you can stop yourself from repeating it. That's another thing that takes discipline, right? So these are things that you take these small things and you exercise these things to increase that discipline muscle, man. Because our job is important, and you got to constantly reel yourself back in. So let me see if I have anything else on this list here. It says Sirach 18. So let's go over here. Sirach 18:14. It says, he hath mercy on them that receive discipline, and that diligently seek after his judgments, right? The idea of diligence, right? To do something constantly over and over and over, that takes discipline, man. It takes discipline. And these are the things that the Lord is looking for. So that was the last scripture I had. So hopefully that was edifying. Like I said, I've done this topic before in a different format, but it's good that I got a chance to pull out some scriptures on it. And if you do a word search on discipline, and there's dozens of scriptures that'll come up in the Apocrypha, man, that will help you in that regard. So with that, hopefully that was edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Ruchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well. Honor and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, I say shalom.